Hi guys, this is gsnone.com and I'm here with yet another unboxing. This is the ASUS ZenFone 2 Laser. It was announced in August and launched in September, and this is actually the ZE550KL version, which means it's the 5.5 inch model. There's also a 5 inch model, it's called ZE500KL. Okay, so we already reviewed the ASUS ZenFone 2 and now the ZenFone 2 Laser is here to amaze us with its camera and design. This is the phone. It looks a bit like the ZenFone 2. It certainly has a rounded back, and this is the unboxing that we're performing right here at gsnone.com. The typical ZenFone box is here. As you can see, it's rectangular, not very wide, and a bit tall. As far as I know, this handset is priced at $151, at least that's the price I found for some Indian retailers, for example. Once again, this is the 5.5 inch version, and out there is also a 5 inch version. This is no regular phone, it's the winner of an IF Design Award 2015 as shown on the box. So speaking of the box, inside it we find a bunch of manuals, Search of Incredible and In Search of Incredible again. Then we find the charger that requires a special accessory in some countries in order to get this two-pronged approach. Pretty small charger. And then we get the headphones. The type of headphones that are a bit inclined, as you can see. They go straight into the ear. I expect great things from them. And then we've got these buds for the earphones. And finally, the USB cable. So nothing out of the ordinary here, the usual package, maybe aside from the charger that's a bit small for such a big phablet. Okay, so the volume buttons are placed at the back, below the camera. We got this later autofocus thingy here, dual tone flash, and the power button is at the top. I'm going to press it and start the setup. Okay, it vibrated and it's time for the setup. Once again, around $151 for the basic version of the phone. Probably the phablet costs a bit more. It's a bit of a fingerprint magnet and dust mites magnet as far as I can see so far. And once again, I remind you, we have already reviewed the ASUS ZenFone 2 and found it satisfactory on quite a few areas. And now this phablet comes with HD resolution and an octa-core Snapdragon 615 processor clocked at 1.5 GHz. Let's go with English this time, brushing up on our Chinese for next time. Okay, emojis was also an option there, that's interesting. Skipping stuff. And you can already tell it's a lollipop phone by the color choice. That should be enough. Okay, usual options, diagnostics and things like that. ASUS account, we have one, we will log in later on. You can also get, from what I know, a bunch of storage in the cloud, probably 100 gigabytes, probably, cannot guarantee that. And let's go back here. I do not want to transfer from my old phone, and this should be the main UI of the handset. If you've seen a Zen UI handset this year, pretty much the same experience. I expect to get the same experience I got on the ASUS ZenFone 2. Let's turn up the brightness, and that's more like it. So ASUS ZenFone 2 Laser right here at gsnone.com. It measures 10.8 millimeters in thickness at its thickest point. As you can see, it's rounded. It weighs 170 grams. Do not imagine it's very heavy, it's a phablet after all, and aside from the Snapdragon 615 version of the phone, there's also a Snapdragon 410 version out there. Quite a few apps pre-installed, basically a maze of apps here, and a lot of stuff to customize. Interestingly, they're already organized into folders from what I can see. As far as I know, this is a dual SIM phone. It has Gorilla Glass 4 protection. It comes with 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB of storage, micro SD card slot, and at the back there's a 13 megapixel camera with laser autofocus, dual LED flash, while for the selfies you will be using a 5 megapixel shooter right here. There's an interesting light reflection on this lower area. It's radiating in a circular pattern like the older ASUS tablets and laptops. We also get LTE here, and the battery of the phone is a lithium polymer 3000 mAh unit, and the phone will come in black, white, red, silver or gold. And I'm curious about the camera UI. skipping the tutorial, no thanks for now. Very good frame rate as far as I can see, and a lot of capture modes, I was sure about that. Even the ASUS tablet have a lot of capture modes, imagine the phone. So auto, manual, HDR, beautification, super resolution, low light, a ton of things to play with. And manual offers a few interesting sub options, including this nifty stabilization grid thingy. Okay, so it's a lollipop phone with a reasonable price, an affordable price, a lot of color variation, sits comfortably in the hand. And before I go, and I'm going to try and remove the back cover. When I say try, I say that because it's a bit hard to remove. So here we go. ASUS ZenFone 2 laser. You start off from this little hole here and hopefully manage to open it. If I remember correctly, the ZenFone 2 also had a hard to open case. Okay, working my way up, and we cracked it. By cracked I mean it in a figurative way, don't worry. Okay, so we got the slots here. I see two of them are overlapped and one is here, plus the battery here. Quite generous. Okay, putting it back. So this is gsn.com, this is the ASUS ZenFone 2 laser, and this was its unboxing, and if you want, shell opening. We'll be back with a full review and maybe try and learn what's happening with the huge quantity of apps here. This is it from us, bye bye.